All right, today we've got a vault that was set up with the standard Windows host name, and we didn't realize that it had the incorrect host name when we did the full install, and now we need to change it to something that is more the naming convention of our company. To do that, there are quite a few steps involved, and we're going to go through each one of them in order here. Now, the first thing that we're going to do here for making this hostname change is make sure that we're logged in as an administrator on this server. After that, we want to make a backup of the current setup for this vault. Just in case something happens, we need something to revert back to. So to do that, we're going to open up PowerShell here and create a backup directory. And I'm just going to make that right off the root of the C drive. And now that's created, we're going to use a little shortcut to get to where the director software has been installed. To do that, it's going to be cd space percentage vault percentage. Oh, and we've got a little bit of red text here because that shortcut is for command prompt. This black screen got me here. We're actually in PowerShell. For PowerShell, we're going to cd $env colon vault, and that'll get me to where I want to be. From here, we're going to cd into the prog folder and then run the db backup command. After the .exe, we're going to give it the switch of backup, and then we're going to tell it where to send that backup. Now that that's completed, we're going to do a little bit of a sanity check and open up that location just to verify that everything's there. We've got the data.bin file. Perfect, that's what we would want to see. Now at this point, we want to make sure that there are no backups, optimizations, replications, etc. running by going into our director console, clicking the job monitor button, and here we can see we just have the maintenance host running. We want to make sure that there's nothing backups, restores, replication sessions, migrates, optimizes, etc. The maintenance host is okay here because that is the overall watchdog for all of those other processes. Now that we know we're good, we're going to jump over to the services, and in here we've got the Carbonite server backup section. Now this could be OpenText Server Backup or Evault depending on your version of install here. We want to stop each one of these, and I'm going to show you a little bit of trick here for making it super easy. I'm going to jump down to the S section for my SQL Server Evault DB that's currently running. I'm going to stop that, and it will shut down everything else automatically for me. Super easy, just clicking yes on that. Now, if I were to click restart on this, it would have brought all of those other services back up. But by just doing the stop and then the start on this service, we want the SQL Server Evault DB to be online, but all of these other ones up here to be stopped. So now we're looking good for this. All right, now we get into the SQL command. So I'm going to make this window just a little bit bigger and give my command prompt a little bit more space here by just cding to the root of the C drive just to give my commands more space. At this point, we have the osql command, and I'll put this in the description down below also. The new host name for our vault goes in this section right here, and we're going to be calling it Epic Vault. And seeing that we have one row affected is exactly what we want. The next command that we need to run deals with the clustering that the director software had briefly a few versions ago, and it has an internal, external address, and the host name itself. Now, when I pasted it in there, it ran that command, and that's perfectly fine. We can just hit the up arrow here and put in the new information. And there we have it. That has been updated in SQL. Now we're done with SQL, we're going to jump over to a configuration change. We can do the same trick over here in File Explorer, where we put in the percentage vault percentage, and it'll take me directly to the installation location for the vault. In here, we're going to go to the conf directory, and we have the vaultdb.cfg file. Go ahead and open that up with Notepad. Now we need to make a change in two spots. We have the database server name line here, where we're going to update this to the Epic Vault hostname, and the hostname line down here for Epic Vault. After saving that file, we can now go in and update the actual hostname of this server. I like to get there by right-clicking on this PC, going to Properties, and then you have to maximize this window here to be able to see the Rename this PC Advanced. And then the Change button will allow you to come in and change that computer name for Epic Vault. And now that that's completed, we are going to restart this server. There is a couple more steps here to complete after this is done. So we're going to reboot and jump back into this server. All right, now that the reboot has completed, we are going to open up the director console. And as you can see here, it still has the host name of the previous host name. We need to go in and right click on that. We're going to select properties. And then in the description here, we're just going to update that to the new Epic Vault. And you can click the Get Status button where you can see everything is online here. Now that that has the correct connection for the Vault, click on the Vault Settings button and then go to the License Summary tab. From here, go to Manage Licenses, and in there, click on the Online Activation. Once that's completed, you can jump back to your Director console here. Under the Vault Maintenance dropdown, you can go to Services, make sure that everything is online here. If for some reason there was a typo or something, these would not be in a running state because it wouldn't be able to connect to the new node name, as we can see, Epic Vault for each one of these. You can also go into Portal, run a synchronize on a task, run a test backup, etc. Make sure that everything is still processing in. And on a final note, you may need to update the DNS for your particular vault. For example, if I ping epicvault.company.com, is it going to actually resolve and come to this vault, or is it going to need updated with any DNS providers, etc., so that any changes will also come here as well as the old address. So with that, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment them down below, and we'll catch you in another video. See ya.